Why do we continue to remember the disaster of the great Titanic 110 years later? What is the reason behind us remembering it? Is it because of the James Cameron movie? Or is it because of the many books that were published throughout the years? Well, today we're gonna be talking about the subject of why we still remember the sinking of Titanic. The reason why we still remember Titanic to this day is because of the famous James Cameron movie that over-exaggerated the sinking of Titanic. I can guarantee that most of you who are watching this video are the ones who watched the James Cameron movie and instantly got interested in ocean liner history. I can definitely say that that's how I got interested in ocean liner history. It's quite fascinating how they matched up the music and the drama together. Now let's go over the other possibilities on why we still remember the Titanic. The sinking of Titanic really gave a huge perspective on how far shipbuilding has become, even showing that a huge modern vessel can even sink in calm conditions. It also showed the world that safety is priority. Since that the Titanic only had 16 lifeboats, even one of Titanic's designers told White Star Line to add 64 more lifeboats, though they did have 4 collapsible lifeboats. The reason why there is the lack of lifeboats is that they thought that the decks would look cluttered. But since they've seen the inevitable consequences of their action due to the lack of lifeboats, maybe adding a few more lifeboats there than intended might not be such a bad idea. The disaster itself shaped the way we look at or how maritime law is today. People who said Titanic not sinking would be a great idea, well, not to spill the beans on you, well, that is a really bad idea. The reason why this is a bad idea is that maritime law won't change, which means that the lifeboat law, that the lifeboat capacity that needed to be on an ocean liner, won't change as well. One way or another, a similar magnitude of a disaster similar to Titanic would happen, with far more lives lost than what has been lost on the Titanic. Plus, if the disaster never happened, we would never be able to get a video of this guy doing an epic flute solo of one of the songs in James Cameron's movie. If Titanic didn't sink, you wouldn't be here because the James Cameron movie wouldn't be made. One of the last reasons why we still remember Titanic to this day is because of the impact it made on the maritime law and shipbuilding. And how the sinking played out is like a movie. Since the ship sank so slowly, it had time for all of these things to happen, such as the gunshots heard and the collapse of the first funnel and the breakup of the ship. To be honest, we mostly remember the Titanic for that epic breakup shot on James Cameron movie. So I hope you enjoyed this little analysis on the impact of the Titanic disaster on everyone. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.